I'm not saying much because I really don't want to lose it. I've lost one already. I'm on really light gear because, as is the gist of this whole film, we're trying to catch fish off the top virtually in winter. We've got a day left of October. It's taken a long time to get some feed in. I've put an overdip zig out on this one. We'll show you more about what we're doing and what we're using for bait and how we're doing it, the oils we're using, the things we're doing to get a bite. But just at this moment, I just really want this carp in the net. I mean, they do hang on in here anyway. But now they've got a bit more depth of water, a bit cooler, a lot more oxygen. Don't, come on, please. Yes, excellent tie, we've done it. So we've done it. We came to try and catch one off the top. I've gone an over-depth zig on this. Some would say not strictly legal as a surface bait, but we'll work through some of the baits I've been using after, and you see why I'm using a bit of black foam. But we've got them on the top as well now. It's been a long, slow morning of really trying to get some fish up, and now we've got them up, I'm going to try and make the most of it. So I'm going to try and catch one as well on a mixer, float fishing on the top as we come into winter. A little bit different. Thought we could do it, and it's paid off beautiful, hasn't it? So let's get this one back and see if we can catch another. Good afternoon, welcome to another video. Bit of a strange one this, and really not what it seems at the moment. You find us sitting under a brolly trying to keep out of the cold rain, but what we've been doing today is floater fishing. I set the challenge, thought we might be able to catch fish off the top, and we've come and it's gone well, you know. Everything's stopped feeding now. With this cold rain that's come, it's just killed it dead. But we had a bit of wind this morning. It took us a long time to get the fish up on the surface before we could actually have a go at catching some. But then a short window of feeding activity lasted about an hour and a half, and we've managed to put quite a few really nice fish on the bank, both using, we'll work through, I'll go through in a minute what we're using. I'll tie you one up. So we're using an over-depth zig, which matches some of the bait we're using, and the other one was just a straightforward Korum controller, some light line, a little all-rounder hook. So I'll tie up a zig now. The way I do it with the all-rounder, perfect up for zig fishing. Just simple bit of black foam. I'll trim it up the way I like it, and then that's what's caught the majority of the fish today. And then we'll have a look at that. We'll talk through it as we go. Okay, so the components for this rig that I've been using with the over-depth zig are really simple. So I'm using some power line, 0.21. About 9 pound, piece of black foam, and our all-rounder hooks, size 12, size 10, size 14, just depending on the size of the piece of foam I'm using. Sits perfectly with these, the all-rounder. They've got a slightly upturned eye, so they're perfect for creating that hair with the mono. And that's it. That's as simple as a rig gets: a hook, some line, and a piece of black foam. So I'll go through some of the bait we're using now and why we're using black foam, why black foam's so good with this. So we've hooked into another one. This one's on a controller. Little light 1.25 all-rounder. Oh, that's a belting fish. That's an absolute belting fish. Have you seen it? Fully scaled. That's a belting fish, that is, mate, I'm telling you now. It's an absolute beauty. Trouble is, when you're on light tackle, you just can't rush them. That is a cracking fish. There we go. Okay, so what an absolute peach of a fish. Off the top, end of October. Absolutely fantastic looking fish. Great fight. Thought it was going to be a bit of struggle at the start of the day. We've managed to turn it round. The weather's helped us a bit. The wind stopped. But even on a cold day, we've managed to get a few up on the top. Caught this absolute beauty. Well chuffed. Okay, so the bait mix I've been using today. Most people who fish on the surface usually just use one size of floater. So pedigree chum mixes is a massive one, you know, dog biscuits. I'm using a range of different sort of floating objects to make a mix that I'm putting out there with a spom, and I'm just dropping it on the surface and like getting them up. And like the other thing is, then I'm not letting them get used to one individual size of bait. So the core of it is mixers, a couple of different types. So I've got your Sonia ones, and I've got ones I've got from the pet shop that are quite soft. So I'm putting in a few handfuls of those mixers. I've got some really donkey mixers, some big ones. They're just good for a visual, even in the wind, you know, you can pick them up quite a way out. Smaller pellets, 4 and 6 mil expander pellets, absolutely fantastic for the job. Keep them dry, straight out the bag. Carp love them. And then lastly, and unfortunately I can't take the credit for this, but when fishing with a piece of black foam, I want something black out there. I want something that floats. I was using casters the last time I did this, but good old Mr. Woods came and he was watching us fish, and I was chatting away to him, and he said, why don't you use some sunflower seeds? I said, sunflower seeds? And he said, yeah, they're absolutely fantastic if you're using black bits of foam. So there's my sunflower seeds. That's why I've been trimming up the black foam in that sort of shape, trying to mimic that shape and using the small hooks with that small piece. And the carp absolutely love them. Not loads and loads, just a couple of scant handfuls. And then finally, fish oil. With the bit of wind we had today and the fact that it's cold, I've been using fish oil. I've been using two types. I've been using a sinking one. As you can see, it's covered in sunflower seeds. A sinking one with a bit of flavour in it. That's to draw the fish up towards the top as that drops down through the layers. And the absolute, because it sits on the surface, it creates a big film and slick around where my bait is. Makes it easier for me to fish the floater, and makes it easier for us to to see what's going on with the carp. Especially this morning. It was really windy and it was really hard to tell. I mean, when they first started to come up, they were so tentative. It is late in the year to be doing this, and the water is quite cold now. So when they first started to come up, they were very, very tentative, and like they didn't want to be on the surface for long. So you want that flatness so you can just see those pairs of lips. Sometimes they were just under the surface, just pulling the bait down to them. And there it is. Oily. Smelly. Tyrone's already told me I smell like a pet shop. But really attractive to fish. And that's been the downfall of the carp we've caught today. Oh dear, I've got two on at once now. Gosh, this one's gone a long way. Oh yeah. I think he's by the dam. You see the lead and you think you're there, don't you? But it's not the case. Mayhem. It is Halloween though. So two at once to finish up with. I'll slip this one straight back. The other one's a nice, pretty, fully scaled again. And we'll have a look at that one, get a picture. Lovely little fully scaled. Finish the day up. Two runs at once. Fishing one on an over depth zig, one on the surface on a controller. Cast controller out, went straight away, and then as we're playing it, this one rips off. I was hopeful of a little bit of action. That's why I came to do this film today. But I didn't expect this sort of action. Not at this time of year, but I'll take it. Great fishing. Thanks for watching.